Karibu Fahima. Waweza keti tafadhali. Karibu. My name is Nelson Makanda, and I'm chair of this selection panel. On behalf of this team, allow me to congratulate you for, first of all, just even for applying. Believing that you can apply and that you can get through and being shortlisted. Your coming and being shortlisted is an inspiration to many, many young people out there. When you introduce yourself, it would be nice for you to mention your age so that they can hear, they can see that all dreams are valid.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to invite my colleagues to introduce themselves to you, then we will continue.
Good afternoon, Fahima.
Afternoon, Madam.
My name is Linda Kiome. I'm the Vice Chairperson. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this afternoon interactive interview session. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Fahima.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay. So karibu, mimi naitwa Bwana Andrew Tanui, mwanachama wa chopo hili la uteuzi. Na karibu tena.
Asante.
Jambo.
Jambo.
Caroline Kituko, a member of the panel. Karibu.
It's a pleasure.
Good afternoon, Araphat Abdallah.
Yes, sir.
Majina naitwa Adam Solo, na mimi ni mwanachama wa hili jopo.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Fahima.
Afternoon, sir.
Ninaitwa Nicodemus Bore. Karibu sana.
Asante, asante.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Fatuma Ali Saman, a member of this panel.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Abdallah.
Afternoon, Madam.
And welcome to today's session. My name is Koki Muli Grigno, and I'm a member of this panel.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Fahima.
Afternoon, sir.
My name is Evans Misati. I'm a member of this selection panel.
It's a pleasure.
Karibu sana.
Asante, asante.
So we would like you to take some 5 minutes. In those 5 minutes, introduce yourself, tell us about your profile, and why you think that you want to be a commissioner of Iebc. Please proceed and tell us if you have any award or honor, and if you belong to any professional society or group. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, and all the members. My name is Fahima Araphat Abdallah from Lamu County, and I am 32 years of old. I was born and raised in a village called Shela, that is Lamu. I have a master's degree in project planning and management, and I have a Bachelor of Commerce accounting option. Currently, I am working as a County Assembly Service Board member at Lamu County Assembly, and during my free time, I do facilitate workshops, and I share my experience to many other groups in corporate governance, ethical leadership, and intergenerational management of the workforce. Before that, I worked as County Executive Committee member for various dockets, that is lands, finance, agriculture, and water in Lamu County. And I served for a period of 5 years, I thank God. And before that, I also served as a ward administrator for Shela Ward, and I had an opportunity to serve as an assistant accountant at TSS Group of companies. Throughout my years of public service, I have been able to build my skills through acquiring professional courses and other leadership courses. For example, I have strategic leadership and development program and senior management course from Kenya School of Government. I also have corporate governance certificate, certificate in governance audit, policy formulation, managing intergenerational workforce, talent retention, etc. from Eastern and Southern Africa Management Institute, that is ESAMI, and Technical University of Mombasa. Professionally, I have a PMP, that is a project management professional, and I have a diploma in investment advice from Chartered Institute of Securities and Investment. And then I have also, throughout my service, I've also been awarded with an Order of Grand Warrior, and maybe as we converse, you'll be able to know and understand why. So being short, but at least I have the title OGW, makes me look taller. Fahima Araphat OGW. Maybe you had missed that. Allow me to also just outline 3 of my achievements that I strongly feel will enable me to serve in the Commission once given an opportunity. Number 1, during my tenure as the County Executive Committee member, I was able to demonstrate my skills of resources mobilization, and I managed to ensure that Lamu County was among the counties that qualified to get donor funding awards to a tune of billions of Kenyan shillings. For example, under the project of Kenya Urban Support Program, that when I was in the land sector, we also have the project of, that is World Bank funded. We also have the project of Sustainable Urban Economic Development, SUED, British High Commission. We have the KEMSED, Kenya Marine and Fisheries. That is from Fisheries Department. And then KSAP, Kenya Climate and Agriculture Smart Program, and so many others. Here I want to stress that you don't just wake up and do a one-page proposal for you as a county to qualify to be awarded. It involved so much. It involved approval from the cabinet, convincing the governor, talking to the MCAs, having the approvals, even the public, and even identifying the boundaries that ended up forming the municipality. It's a new thing in Kenya. Okay, it was there previously. Maybe because of my age, I may not know the nitty-gritties, but at least I know during my age and up to now, we identified those municipalities, and Lamu was among one of the counties under my leadership. Secondly, the skills of stakeholder engagement and dispute resolutions. In the lands sector, lands docket, we all understand how sensitive the department is across Kenya. And Lamu, it is even worse, I'm telling you. Of course, other parts of Kenya, but my experience is based in Lamu. And I thank God I managed to surpass the target that was set by the governor and issue over 20,000 title deeds. You know, the process of issuing title deeds involves a lot. From budgeting, public participation, talking to the people, approval of plans, up to when the title will be issued. And that was really great for me, and I'm proud. And lastly, my achievement number 3, Chair and the members, is the issue of budget absorption. And here I want to stress the skills of collaboration, teamwork, communication clearly and early enough, and also trying to be able to analyze situation to know where exactly the problem is. For example, when I was reshuffled to the docket of finance, many counties struggle with the issue of low absorption. And so I sat down with the team and all the other departments, because now, you know, you are third in command, CEC Finance. And I was able to realize the problem starts from procurement plan. That plan is what enables you to be able to procure. And that's how you can implement projects and absorb the budget. So what happened shortly or briefly is that there was a tendency of just copy-pasting of the procurement plan. And then when you want to now finally tender the project, you realize, for example, last year we were procuring laptops. So this year we also want to procure laptops. But the number is different and the specs are different and so many other things. So we had to do amendments, and amendment is another process through IFMIS, the National Treasury, control of budget. It takes time. And then people are doing amendment, an item after an item, department after department. So I said, no, Mimi, I'm too young. I know tomorrow I'll be asking for a job somewhere, and I have to demonstrate the achievement. So, Chair, I think, yes, I forgot. I also have certificate in dispute resolution. I got it early enough in 2016. I had forgotten even in my application. But after I saw the long list and people were putting all the certificates they have, I said, finally, I'll have an opportunity, and thank you. Today, I am here. So I also have a certificate in dispute resolution from Canadian Institute of Conflict Resolutions. I was a very active youth, very young. And I also have a certificate in conflict management from Danish Refugee Council. You know, when I was young, I was still in university, ward admin. I was very active in these organizations, and I got myself certificates. Luckily, I keep my documents properly. They will help me today. Thank you.
Clearly, they will help you today. Yeah, it's a joy listening to you and just hearing the things you have been able to achieve. These members will engage you a bit on those issues, and I want to ask Linda to pick up from there.
Thank you, Chairman. Fahima, I'm so excited and happy that we have a Generation Z, right?
Millennial, yeah?
You're a millennial?
Yeah, born 92.
You were born 92.
Yes, so that the Gen Zs don't salimia me.
But it's a good thing you're also closer to them,
yeah,
so that they may also feel the warmth of the your youthfulness.
Absolutely.
In these interview sessions. So I noted from your documents, which are actually quite excellent experience at your young age. I noted that you did a course in talent retention and management of Generation Z, right? So with the skills that you got from that course, how do you intend to use the module on social media revolution in the event that you are lucky enough to become a member of the commission? How are you going to use your skills on social media revolution to be able to positively impact and bring positive change to the commission in the execution of your mandate?
Yeah, thank you. And if you have noticed, we had to do that course immediately after what happened, yeah? And we said, no, we must see how we can be able to help one another. So how am I going to use the social media revolution to be able to help the fellow youth? First and foremost, I want to say that we are all blessed uniquely. Number one, we must understand. And today I am here, but I am sure many of these youths are at their different places. I want to also say that as you are working and serving, do it with the hopes that you don't know who is watching and you don't know when your time will come. Okay. I never imagined today...
Fatima, I'm sorry, just concentrate on the execution of your mandate.
Yes.
As a member of the commission.
Yes. So thank you for that. I just wanted to stress, but maybe in my parting shot. So in my mandate, what I will do, number one, I will ensure strong stakeholder engagement of specified groups. And when I deal with specified groups, then youth is one of the specified groups. Many of the problems in public service, I have realized, is because of lack of communication or misinformation. So you will realize that people are making noise, but they have heard from one side of the event or the person. So if you can get an opportunity to hear from us, from me now as a commissioner, and I am in your age group, we shall be able to converse and be able to talk. Number two, as you said, how we can use the social media. Nowadays, if you have realized content, people don't want so big documentaries and stories. They're just into TikTok, small, and a message is sent. Even the Islamic scholars have adapted to that. I don't know about our brothers, the Christians, but I believe maybe the Pastor Nganga and the likes are also doing that. He's the famous pastor I know. So when given an opportunity as a commissioner, I will be able to utilize that social media platform in developing small messages, but at least it serves the purpose because they don't have concentration toward a 30 minutes documentary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Fahima. Thank you, Chair.
Is Iebc on TikTok?
Maybe if I become a commissioner.
To add value?
It is a platform of sharing information, Chairman, and as long as what we shall be sharing is within the law and nothing else, then I don't see any problem with that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, Chairman, allow me to also say, you know, there is the option of even disabling comment. So the Gen Z is watching me. I'm not saying I'm going to lock you out, but all what I'm trying to say is in case the situation will run out of control, then we have an option to control. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to invite Caro to ask you some questions. Caro, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Welcome once more, Fahima. It is nice to meet you, and it's an exciting opportunity for us to get to engage you. As you say, you are the bridge between the young people and maybe the older generation. Given that there is statistics that demonstrate that the young people rarely get involved in the electoral processes, IEBC has not been active in voter registration in the past few years. Supposedly, you become successful and you become an IEBC member, one of the things that you will have to engage in is the voter registration. What are some of the challenges that IEBC experiences insofar as the voter registration is concerned, and why do you think the young people rarely get involved in the electoral process, particularly registering as voters?
The question was, why do I think the young people?
What are some of the challenges that IEBC encounters in voter registration, and who can earn the young people? What are some of the challenges the young people have?
I will want to start with the challenges that some of the young people encounter. And number one, it is not always easy. As we have been discussing, we know that the urge and the will of the Kenyans, especially the young people, to go, as in the trust in IEBC. So people feel like, why should I go? By the end of the day, results are already decided, and a lot of those perceptions. So to handle that as a commissioner, I was thinking loudly that we have eCitizen as a platform, and we have many services, for example, the good conduct, where you can go and apply under the Director of Criminal Investigations, and then you can go for biometrics at any center that is convenient for you. So I'm just trying to imagine, after getting in, we'll even pursue the possibility, why can't we also have a service under IEBC so that people can register, especially the young people, and then they can go and take the biometrics. So if we do that, we'll have addressed that challenge of what you have asked, why they're not involved. So at least, because you see, sometimes you can feel like, where are these voter registrations happening? Where? But if I can do it at the comfy of my phone, then I can go and put my biometrics. And of course, once we do massive campaign of the importance of voting and the education, then they will feel the urge even more. And let me also say, talking just as a person and talking from a point of authority vibes differently. So if given a chance and we call these people, our young ones and other Kenyans, and we are talking to them, they feel like now there is these outreach programs and these people are finally talking to us, because we exist because of the people and the elections. Thank you.
I had to identify one challenge. I wanted us to speak about the challenges, and then we can come and speak about measures that you would put in place, that you have answered everything together. Thank you, and I wish you the best.
Thank you very much. I want to ask Koki Muli to also ask you some questions, please.
Thank you very much, Chair. Ms. Abdallah, I feel like thanking the County of Lamu for giving you an opportunity in 2014 as a ward administrator, because that's what actually helped you to get here. Absolutely. You know, the panel were looking at how to give opportunities to Gen Zs, to millennials, as many as possible. Yes. But the law requires that you have to have 10 years of relevant experience. So we are so happy to see you, because then it explains also to the others, unless when you go there, if you get successful and get there, one of the things that we could have is to amend the law to reduce the number of years,
Yes.
so that people like you and others can be able to qualify. Having said that, of course, I'm as impressed as everyone else here, and I would like to ask you a question relating to nomination of candidates, fairness and inclusivity. So the Constitution requires, of course, for fair competition. Yeah. And how would you handle complaints about biased party nominations if they came to you, favoring those people with, elites, men, and other categories that, have these opportunities? How would you deal with it?
Thank you, Madam, and allow me to also say it is only that the advert for Iebc came in 2025, but many adverts have been knocked out because they look at 2014, this is 9 years and not 10 years. So thanks God, the advert had to come in 2025. Thank you so much. How will I address the issue of biased party nominations? Inshallah, if given an opportunity and I become an Iebc commissioner, number one, I will ensure, first, we do civic education to the people. And the people, I mean stakeholders, these are political parties. So if we are doing civic education to them, we are telling them they must adhere to the law. Because the laws are there. And, yes.
The question is, some people have come to you, okay, and they say that we went through this nomination process, I was unfairly treated, and the process was biased. When you are resolving that,
okay,
how do you deal with it?
It's not at the party level, so it is the candidate who feels, okay. So if somebody or a candidate comes to me and says that, number one, I will offer a listening ear. That is number one principle that I always apply. As I have mentioned that many a times problem is just because of misinformation and communication. So once I get an opportunity to listen to this person and understand, and then number two, we'll request for evidence of illegality, irregularity, sometimes if it is possible to provide. And then number three, I will also now do mediation before we go for the legal, which is by number 4 option. So we will do mediation and consultation with the respective party so that we can talk and see if we can address the issue at that level. And finally, if not possible, then after maybe doing all those things, I will, of course, seek legal advice on the same and see the way forward. But I want to assure you that I will listen to the people and we see how we can help them.
Thank you very much, Ms. Abdallah, and all the best. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. I want to come to FCPA. Tanui, to ask you some questions. FCPA, please.
Fahima.
Yes, sir.
Kwanza nikupongeze kwa ile uzoefu ambao uko nayo mpaka wa sasa, ikiwekwa katika umri wako ambao uko nao. Nikuulize swali la kwanza, kwa nini naona umefanya shahada ya biashara na ya uhasibu, mbona hujafuatilia uithinishwe kama mhasibu wa umma?
Thank you. Alhamdulillah, I got an opportunity to be immediately employed. If you look at my papers, immediately after my university degree, I got a job as a ward administrator. And I was dealing with public barazas and the people in Lamu. And that time, we didn't have satellite campuses to pursue CPA. After that, out of merit, the hard work that I did as a ward administrator, I was appointed as a CEC. You can imagine. Another madness. But if you look at 2022, after losing election now, of course, Narandaranda, I have nothing to do. I have enrolled CPA, and I'm now at advanced level. I thank God. So every 7 to 8 or 9 p.m., I have online classes. Even if I'm in Dubai, I just study. And I thank God because I was exempted the first section. I did section 3 and 4, and I'm now on section 5. So hopefully, inshallah, before the end of this year, I shall be a CPA.
Tutafurahia tukiona siku moja utakuwa FCPA. Swali
can't
langu la
wait.
pili ni kwamba umetuambia uko na ujuzi na utaalamu mwingi katika kuhamasisha rasilimali na ushirikishwaji wa wadau mbalimbali. Sasa katika utawala wa tume kama ya Iebc, hii ujuzi wako na utaalamu wako itakusaidia vipi kama ukipata nafasi ya kuwa commissioner katika tume la Iebc?
Kiswahili kitukuzwe. I think you meant resource mobilization and private-public partnerships. Okay. Naweza pia kukujibu kwa Kiswahili. So, yeah, inshallah nikipata nafasi kama commissioner, nitahakikisha ya kwamba ujuzi wangu ambao niko nao tukae chini, kwa sababu umeona kila wakati si IEBC peke yake but mashirika mengi hapa Kenya ama tuseme serikali mzima parastatos, kila mtu analia kwamba fedha hazitoshi, fedha hazitoshi, fedha hazitoshi. Na nitatumia ujuzi wangu, sio lazima tupate washikadau kutupea pesa taslimu, lakini pia waweze kutusupport in kind. I don't know how you say that in Swahili. Lakini waweze kutusaidia, pengine kama ni kupanga ile mambo ya kuhamasisha, na pengine kama ni kununua vifaa, kwa sababu kuna mashirika ambayo wako kwa ajili hiyo na wanapata hizi fedha upande mwingine. So ni ukakamavu wetu ama wangu kama commissioner, nikiwa pale nikimbie kama vile nilikimbia nikiwa Lamu, nikaleta hizo pesa na usaidizi, pia tuweze kuzileta kwa commissioner. Asante.
Sasa utawaambia nini hili jopo la uteuzi kwamba wewe ndio umetosha, utawakilisha vijana katika hili tume, na kwamba wakuweke mstari wa mbele za zile watakuwa naamua commissioner atakuwa nani?
Haya jopo, chairman na timu yako, sijui kama Kiswahili kitafahamika. Basi mimi naomba niwaombe kwa heshima na taadhima ya kwamba mimi nikiwa hapa kama commissioner kijana, mimi nafaa kabisa. Mumeona taaluma zangu na makaratasi yangu na ujuzi, na nitaweza kujieleza. Na pia kama ukiangalia mnapoendelea kufanya hii kazi ya kutafuta wale watu ambao watakuwa vijana huko, kila siku wako kwa media houses wanaongea vile wanataka, lazima kijana akue hapo, lazima kijana akue hapo. Kwa hivyo na mimi nikikuwa hapo mwanzo kabisa, nitawaita nyinyi kama commissioner, kwa sababu mmepata information nyingi, taarifa, tuweze kusaidiana. Alafu pia tuitishe hao vijana wenzetu. Kwa hivyo mimi kwa taaluma yangu, kwa uzoefu wangu wa kazi, na mara nyingi mimi huwa nasema hata kama ni kijana na uko na ufahamu na uko na ujuzi, huwezi ukafanya kila kitu peke yako. Lazima wale watu ambao ni wazee, wale watu pia ambao wamekuwa hapo kabla yako. Hata katika dini yetu tunaambiwa lazima uulize, ushauriwe, na ukishauriwa pia ushaurike. Wajua kuna watu wanaweza kufanya ushauri kwa formalities tu, alafu mtu tayari ako na ile amri yake ambao amesema hii ndo nitafanya. Kwa hivyo lakini mimi nikiwa hapo, nikiongea na vijana wenzangu, nikiongea na wale wazee ambao wamekuwa na uzoefu wa kazi kila mahali, tutasaidiana na tutasongesha hii shirika mbele na taifa letu kwa jumla. Asante.
Na kutakia mema na asante kwako mwenyekiti.
Okay, wacha hata na mimi pia nikajaribu. Ulisema kwamba mwaka wa 22 baada ya kuanguka kura ukawa hauna kitu cha kufanya, una randa. Kwani ulisimama kura?
Samahani, pengine haikufahamika, lakini nilikuwa na matumaini makubwa ya kwamba nitarudishwa kama waziri kwa yule governor aliyeanguka kura. Mimi sijasimama, na kwa sasa natafuta kazi. Sitaki kusimama. Politics is not for everyone.
Okay, asante. Evans Msati, hebu uliza swali. Asante.
Thanks so much. Fahima, I don't want to be tempted to go to Swahili way because I can't manage. Now, from your understanding, the boundary delimitation, are you seeing a possibility of us as a country doing the boundary delimitation before 2027 from the way you know things?
Thank you. And I will be sure on one thing. If I'll be in that commission, I'm telling you, I have the zeal, and I will run fast, as I've always run. And I believe you are also in the place and the ability to elect the people who will be able to do that, because we must do it. I know the time is short, but we should be able to do it. And let me also take this opportunity to say that if you are in the office, you should always prioritize tasks, and we should take it as a matter of death and life, so that we can be able to make everybody feels included and not aggrieved. Thanks.
Asante. Now, what do you understand about the challenges which will be associated with the boundary delimitation? And you can mention some of them, and how would you address them? Because those are the only ones which can make sure that we don't see it achieved before 2027.
I would like to look at challenges in both external and internal. For example, what I mean by external is the stakeholders outside, the people. From the county I come from, for example, people are fighting and they want an additional constituency. So that is one of the challenges, that everybody wants additional constituencies, wards, to be able to ensure a fair presentation. Of course, that's what they think or they feel. And then if you look at the internal challenges, of course, there is the issue of budget. Will we have the resources to move quickly and be able to go and do this exercise, or maybe will we be there and then we have to wait for something to happen? So those are the key challenges that I am foreseeing. But of course, where there is a problem, there is a way.
We are wishing you the best. Asante.
Thank you. I want to go to Mama Fatuma Saman, pia kuuliza maswali. Asante.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm sorry, I'm not going to attempt Kiswahili. Where I come from, we are not endowed with that language. So, Fahima, I want to join my colleagues to thank you for the good work that you've been doing, the confidence you've shown while doing that, and being a good example to the young people. Now, I'd like you to tell the panel, in 2016, there was a parliamentary report that raised concerns about the internal divisions in the Iebc and how it was affecting decision-making. So if you are appointed and you become a commissioner, tell us how you will ensure that the commission's governance structures, both the plenary and the secretariat coordination, will at least promote a cohesive leadership and cohesive approach towards work, while maintaining accountability to the stakeholders.
Thank you. I would have been surprised if you asked me in Swahili. According to what you have just asked, Madam, allow me to say that if given an opportunity as a commissioner, I will first ensure that we as a team understand our mandate and the code of public officers, code of ethics. By this I mean not everything is to be discussed everywhere. Even if you disagree, you should have mechanisms and respectful ways of dissenting with your colleagues. And when you are out there before the public, you should show unity. So for me to ensure that history does not repeat itself, maybe, or we may not be in that position, we will be able to have a proper induction. We might be coming from various sectors, different personalities, but people should understand what it entails of you to be a public officer, and for this case, an independent commissioner. And you should handle yourself with decorum. So I will ensure that. Number two, the dispute resolutions skills. If you have seen in my certificate, the third party neutral. So many a times I'll be able to play that, to mediate. And then number three, to look at the root cause. Sometimes there are no problems. And out of experience, I have been able to realize that people are fighting you, especially in the land sector. People are saying whatever they want to say, but they have a totally different information from one end. And so that can also happen when we are together. Because, you know, you may be knowing somebody and you think you are friends, but it is because you have not had an opportunity to interact at certain capacity or activities. But the moment you are doing that, you are working together, you will be able to test and experience the patience of this person. And so once we will be able to do those three things, then I think we shall have a very smooth commission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I wish you well. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you. I would like to ask Honorable Bore to also ask you some questions.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I might not attempt the Kiswahili because where we come from, I'm also surprised by the Tanui effect on the Swahili today. So we are also, let me join the rest in thanking and congratulating you for achieving what you have achieved in the short term you've lived in this world of 32 years. In one of the, when you were discussing with the chair, you said when you are very young, and you are still young, so you wonder which young is young. So in a highly polarized election period, how will you ensure your decision as an IEBC commissioner prioritizes Kenya's long-term stability over short-term political considerations? And adding to that, maybe looking at what has been going on the social media and the Gen Z effect on many things, the fact that you're even afraid that the people will salimia you or come to your accounts, how would you advise our fellow young citizenry on the long-term stability of a country and the patriotism thereafter?
Thank you, Mr. Nicodemus. And in our highly polarized political stability, allow me to say that, number one, I will ensure strict adherence to the Constitution of Kenya and electoral laws. We don't have problem with laws. There may be some gaps, but the problem is we don't follow and we don't adhere. Number two, I will ensure transparency in our activities. Don't hide information. I remember when I was the CEC lands and somebody comes to my office, we discuss, I used to tell them something. You know, Wananchi, they only have that one project. Me as Waziri, I have multiple. So I might say something and forget, but he or she remembers that one thing that he came to my office and discussed with me. So I used to tell them, whatever I'm telling you here in these four walls, I can say it even in public, even in court, if anything. So if you have nothing to hide, you are transparent, you avoid problems. And then number three, strict adherence to timelines. We have a cycle, we must follow it. If something needs to be done, let us do. And we don't do other things, even if it is in good faith, but no. Let us strive to ensure that we maintain timelines. So with those three, I think I will have been able to solve. Thank you.
Touch on the Gen Z, what is going on social media, and what advice you would give them in case you are to get this chance.
Let me say something, and I'm speaking to Kenyans and my fellow young persons. I can feel you. I have been employed before, and I was lucky, and that is why, if you remember, I started by saying we are all blessed uniquely. I am the firstborn in my family, and immediately after university, I got employed. I have three of my siblings. One is a doctor, one is an engineer, and one is a media professional. They are all unemployed. I was there as a CEC. Unfortunately, I was busy. Okay, I won't say unfortunately, maybe I was not practicing nepotism, but I was very fair and I let them follow the process like any other Kenyan. But three of them are unemployed. And so what am I trying to say is that it is really depressing as a young person to go to school, you qualify, and then you hustle looking for a job. And some of these people, and majority of the Kenyan percentage population, are middle-class men. So these people didn't go to school just like that. They really struggle. And so you can imagine the struggle of going to school and the struggle of looking for employment. So we have nothing to do, and we must ensure that we can come up with strategies and with ways where we can absorb these young people. And every year we have graduates. It's not like 2022, there are no more graduates until maybe 2027. No, every year. And every day we have a new university, new professions, new causes. So what I'm trying to say, it is not easy mentally. I was giving an example of myself. I don't have any problems. I thank God immediately after being a CEC, I got a part-time job of being a board member. I thank God. But the reason why I'm even applying for this job, at my age, I sleep from Monday to Friday because this is a part-time job and I only go for the meetings when we have those sittings. Are you getting the point? And so I ask myself, what will I be doing honestly? And there is, even if you look at the people who are dealing with drugs and trying to rehabilitate, the key word is to ensure people are not idle. If this tool is idle, it can do so many things. So what I will now tell my fellow young Kenyans, I say, maybe it was not clear. I know you may maybe dispute that because I am employed, you don't have to be in a position to do something constructive. I like some of the young people who are empowering and they're trying to inform and educate other Kenyans on what is expected of us as young people. I repeat, do it. You don't know who is watching. God above is watching all the time, and any other person is watching, and you don't know when you will be picked. So let us engage in constructive things, and if given a chance, inshallah, I will also call you. We will sit down and see how we can be able. Because let me tell you, it takes me, and then it takes all the others to know what we want. We are about 111, if I'm not wrong. All of us qualified, but you cannot put all of us in that commission. But everybody has an idea. So how will I manage this? Once given an opportunity, starting with my groups, the youths, the women, the persons with disabilities, even the elderly, we shall sit down, the men in the house, we shall talk, but that is the problem that we are facing as young people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you for that appeal. Let me ask Prof to also ask you some questions, and he might do so in Swahili.
Thank you, Chair Fahima. Kwanza ni kusema jambo lenye umesema ya mwisho. Kwa kimombo wanasema hiyo ni philosophical, sijui kwa Kiswahili philosophical inatamshwa namna gani, lakini kwanza heko nafikiria na pongezi, nafikiria umepeana mfano mzuri sana, sio tu kwa vijana bali pia kwa wasichana na kina mama. Endelea venye Rais Moi alikuwa anasema hivyo. Kwa swali nitarudi kwa Kizungu. Juu Chair ashaona ya kwamba Kiswahili sio mdomo changu. You just talked to the youth in your last statement by finance that panel is boring. And they are watching you. And for them, they are looking like if there is a young person, whether Gen Z or millennial, there's this quest that they want a new broom. They want generational change with a difference. Let's assume that Fahima is named an Iebc commissioner. Moja wa vijana amekuwa commissioner. What measures will you put in place to facilitate change management at the Iebc, putting in mind that all the members of the commission will be new?
Sorry, Prof. Measures that I will put in place to facilitate change in management.
Change management.
Yeah.
Change management
Okay.
ni ya kwamba munaingia na mnasema hii trust deficit. We want to bring in a new way of doing things in IEBC in order to rebuild the trust that has been lacking for so many years.
Thank you. And inshallah, if given a chance, I am praying. Number one, I will ensure we do mass voter education campaigns. Many a times people talk of their rights, but they forget to talk of what is expected of them, their responsibilities. And if we conduct the massive voter education, we shall be doing both. We'll be telling them what is their right and what is expected of them, so that they should be able to act accordingly. Number two, we will ensure that, I want to repeat the point of transparency and accountability. There should be no ambiguity. You know, I can sit here and I wish to be a commissioner, but then if tomorrow somebody to be answerable to maybe the resources and in the office, and then I don't want to respond, no. We must be transparent and accountable, and we should be able to explain and people to see these activities and the prudent use of financial resources. And then number three, lastly but not the least, we'll be able to also do as many as possible outreach programs. Kenya is large, and sometimes people sit in the office. I refused that. I went to places, you know, Lamu is risky, huh? The guy was risky. Somebody here. I was watching. I don't mean to that risk. I mean the risk of commuting. Maybe there is security risk. Yes, security risk or this or that. But alhamdulillah, if you go to Lamu today, every corner, everybody knows. Maybe they might not even know my name, but they know kulikuwa na waziri wa ardhi. Are you getting my point? So, if given an opportunity, these are the top three things that I will do. And we'll be able, I have never been to many parts of Kenya myself, so we'll also use the opportunity to learn the different cultures and the people and to be able to tell them what is expected. Thank you.
Very well, very well. And you can see that one of the things that the youth bring on board is the ability to communicate in different languages fluently, which you are doing very well. From the questions yenye umeulizwa, ushaona tayari ya kwamba ukiingia katika IEBC kutakuwa na vitu nyingi, both policy-wise and technical, which one will need to learn very fast. So, swali langu, what steps would you take to quickly grasp complex policy and technical aspects at the IEBC? Juu tumeambiwa hapo mbeleni mara mingi ni secretariat ndio inajaza hilo pengo kabla makomishona waweze kujua ama waweze kukuwa na hiyo ujuzi, kama induction mara mingi inafanywa na secretariat. So what steps, wewe ni a youth chipukizi, what steps would you take to quickly grasp complex policy and technical aspects at the IEBC?
Thank you, Professor. And number one, in my previous tenure, I have demonstrated the ability to be there and go through the things. As you have said, the norm is people assume being a waziri or a CEC, then let us prepare a document and take to her. I want to give a disclaimer to CPA Tanui so that he doesn't ask me a technical question, but allow me to give this example. When I was moved to this Department of Finance and somebody brings me a report, audit report for my signature, I said, hell no, I have to go through. This document, Waziri, I have the time because it is my signature. Tomorrow, if Kenyans want me, they will come. And you know these things are online. They're everywhere. You go to Auditor General's website, you will see the financial report of this year, that year. Are you getting my point? And then somebody asked me, or that officer, Madam, sorry, but what is your profession? I said, I'm an accountant. So I was asking him and telling him, edit here, do this, do that. What am I trying to say? I have demonstrated the ability that I can't just accept. I am young. I thank God. Tomorrow, maybe, if God blesses me with more years, Mr. Nicodemus amesema the short period I've been alive, which is true. Alhamdulillah, we have people at 70 and 80. So if I can now, I will do it. I will not just take and just, of course, I will read. I have gone to school, and we shall be able to consult, brainstorm, and come up with final documents that will be applicable. And then number 2, prioritize tasks. You know, there might be so many things that need to be done, but of course there are those that are more urgent, and we should be able to sit down and do that. And then, of course, time management. We should set timelines and time frames to be able to achieve the complex technical things that are lying awaiting for us as a commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Fahima, umefaulu na sasa wewe ni commissioner wa IEBC. Na lile jambo ambalo ndugu Misati alikuwa analiongelea nataka kufanyika, kwamba tunaangalia mipaka. Na kunatokea kwamba zile constituencies maeneo bunge ambazo zitaletwa pamoja kwa sababu hakuna watu wa kutosha ni Lamu East na Lamu West, zinaletwa pamoja kuwa eneo bunge moja. Na watu wa Lamu wanakuangalia wewe, wanasema kwamba wewe lazima utupiganie sisi tukapate constituency nyingine ziwe 3 na sio kurudishwa kuwa moja. Fahima atafanya nini?
Chairman, first let me pray that never happens under my leadership. My people will curse me, but allow me to also say I am a professional, and I can be able to distinguish between the work and, of course, favoritism and other things. So I will not be biased. I will follow the process duly and diligently as it shall be. And if it happens, God forbid, I can't imagine. But thank you. Also, Chairman, allow me to add and say that, no, thank you.
Now, that is going to be the work of the commissioners. Do you still want this job?
Yes, and strongly yes. Because I wanted to say something, but then I said I'm not saying. Of course, I said I'm a professional, and there are so many ways where my people will fight to ensure that doesn't happen. But I'm not saying that as a commissioner I'm already biased. No. We have Lamu because it's a county of interest, but we have so many other places. So as a commission, we shall be able, as I have said earlier, I think he avoided, but Chairman, who decided to hit me on the head. And they're watching. My people are watching. And I'm telling you, once I become a commissioner, I represent Kenyans. So we will meet there.
Sawa. Professor, uko na maswali ya mwisho tafadhali.
Yeah, maswali ya mwisho. Fahima, najua unajua ya kwamba kama wewe ama hata kwa hiyo position umekuwa, huwa kuna ile agenda ambapo saa zingine unauliza kwa hiyo agenda kuna mtu yoyote akona conflict of interest. Sasa hapo Lamu labda utadecide whether unataka kuwa objective ama utadeclare conflict of interest.
Dijolewe.
Swali langu, unatoka Lamu, Lamu ina bahari, inamaanisha ya kwamba nchi ya Kenya is a littoral state because it sits on an ocean, so it is not landlocked. Swali yangu ni, mention any 3 East African Community member states that are landlocked.
Prof, you know my age.
Yenye haina bahari.
I understand.
Yenye haina bahari, landlocked.
But I was thinking we are going to do elections for Kenyans. Anyway, Is there a port in Rwanda?
Wewe sema tu, endelea tu.
Rwanda.
Kabla niseme pasa, enda haraka haraka, naweza sema pasa yoyote.
Kindly pass.
Aya, asante.
Thank you.
Let me take you to familiar territory. Who is the youngest cabinet minister in Kenya, and how old is he?
Now you see, Eric, Honorable Eric Muga, and he's the CS for water. He's my age. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
So if we can have a CS your age, then we can have a commissioner your age.
Thank you, Chairman. I'll pray harder.
Do you have any comment to make? Or a question to ask?
I'm almost winding up, yeah? Yes. Okay.
Yes, you're parting short.
Okay, my parting shot. Allow me to first and foremost take this opportunity to thank you, Chair, and your honorable members, you know we are from that field, for giving me the opportunity to present my suitability for this position. Allow me to also say that as youth, to my colleague in terms of being a youth, the CS, and other youths who are maybe holding other positions in Kenya and who are going to hold positions moving forward, because we are very hopeful. Please, if given a chance, serve the people diligently. Because by this I mean I was appointed CEC when I was 25 years. And if you look at the generation of the CECs 2017-2022, most of these people were mature. I mean, they had a lot of experience compared to me as Fahima. But it is through that term that I served for the 5 years and completed when I was 30, I demonstrated. I'm not praising myself, but I'm telling. It's an opportunity to talk to the whole world, actually, that I served and I instilled hope. Though silently, I'm sure many governors, if you look at the CECs we have currently, are younger. Are we together? So if we are given an opportunity as young people, let us give our best so that we don't block for the rest. Because if we fail, then it will not be Fahima, it will be the youth. But if I prosper, then of course it is all of us. And lastly, but not the least, I want to also say I was received humbly by everyone, the commission and everyone. And sometimes this is not the norm in Kenya, we know. So I must also appreciate this publicly. Continue with the same professionalism, and I pray that Allah send His divine intervention as you elect or select the people who will be the next IBC commission. And I pray that I be one of them. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Allow me to say that the staff that received you, our colleagues from National Assembly and the Senate, Parliamentary Service Commission, so they are civil servants, very professional. So as you have appreciated, it's really to thank them for demonstrating great courtesy and that which you have appreciated. It's actually to them for receiving you warmly. Let me say that you are shortlisted on merit. It was not because you are youth, but you are shortlisted on merit. And the question we have asked you, we have asked other people similar questions. And so we will judge you, not based on your age, but based on the responses we have received from you and from your CV and other documents that you have shared. We wish you well and ask that God also blesses you as you go back to Lamu. Peleka salamu zetu na useme kwamba watu wa bara wamewasalimia. Asante. Asante. Ukumbuke kuchukua inaitwaje certificate, vyeti. Yeah. Vyeti, kuna maji ya kunywa hapo na daftari ni lako pia. Asante.
Asante sana. Mungu awabariki.
Ubarikiwe. Asante. Excellent. Thank you. Members of the Fourth Estate, we want to thank you again. We have finished our day today with Fahima. We will resume tomorrow at 8:30 again. We can't thank you enough for making this possible for Kenyans to be able to follow. Imagine people in Lamu, how they feel and how the young people feel when they follow and see Fahima on interview. And this is only possible because of you. So we want to appreciate you and to thank you for the work that you have done. Let's again see you tomorrow at 8:30. God bless you, and we will give you time to dismantle your equipments so that we can be able to finish with the panel. Thank you very much.